Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon to everyone around the world. Welcome back to another Dead by Daylight video featuring your girl Spirit. Coming at you guys with another spicy video today in the form of Dragon's Grip, Sloppy Butcher, Make Your Choice, and Jolt. In today's video, we are going to be talking about Dragon's Grip and this perk being super underutilized, especially for certain killers in the game, let alone for Spirit, especially a killer in which, as soon as you traverse to a generator, that survivor knows you're coming, considering your phasing sound and all that sort of thing. So how can this perk work with Spirit? Well, we're going to get into it. First of all, what Dragon's Grip allows you to do is, as soon as you kick a gen, it becomes active for the next 30 seconds. If a survivor touches that gen within 30 seconds, they become exposed and revealed to you for 4 seconds. Exposure will last for 60, which is pretty massive at the end of the day. But the thing is, with this perk, once that survivor is exposed, you bet they're going to hide from you. And as soon as you get over to that gen that they touch, they're probably long gone because they can hear you coming. So at the end of the day, how do you make do with this? Well, hopefully, in these two games, we're going to show a valid point, which might work for a lot of you, that you probably don't think about. Other than that, we're taking Sloppy Butcher today, which allows you to slow down healing tremendously and make your choice. We're playing with double exposure perks due to the fact that we're not playing with any totems today. So in other words, as soon as the survivor gets unhooked off that hook, they will also be exposed as long as you're outside 32-meter range. So now you have two options to expose survivors once they unhook, and once they kick a gen, or sorry, touch a gen that you kicked, which is pretty good. And then we take Jolt. So at the end of the day, a survivor possibly won't heal up due to the fact that you have exposures on gens and you have exposures once that survivor is unhooked. If they don't heal up, you have more opportunities to down them due to Sloppy Butcher and trigger Jolt. But either way, let's dive into these videos. Remember, smash that like button, helps me out a ton. Make sure to subscribe for future content. Let's go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Dive into, game number one, right? I think this will be game number one. But at the end of the day, we're coming at you with Merciless Storm here, Sloppy Butcher, Dragon's Grip, and Make Your Choice. I decided to make sure we do two different videos, or not videos, but two different games with two different types of perks. We'll have Merciless Storm in this one, and then the next one we'll have Jolt. So keep ready for it. It's going to be a lot of fun. I decided that Merciless Storm would also be a pretty good implementation for this build. It was either that, Oppression, or what's the other one? Pop Goes the Weasel. I wanted to get something, some sort of incentive for kicking a gen other than just Dragon's Grip. But at the end of the day, I figured, like, if that survivor knows I have Dragon's Grip, they might not even touch the gen, right? They might go somewhere else, which is fine, because Merciless Storm can do its thing once Dragon's Grip runs off that gen. And in hopes we might be able to trigger that as well. But anyway, get your boy knocked out here and go back over to this generator, see what we can do. We're going to slug him out for a second, because we did get value here with Dragon's Grip, if we can find the survivor. There's two back here. Yep. Already seen ya. Nice try. I've noticed that a lot of survivors will do this, especially when they touch the gen. They'll start walking away immediately instead of running. Because again, with Spirit, we rely on sound and scratch marks to meet up with our survivors. I'll deal with you later, don't worry. She might go pick him up, which is fine because we can lay him and or her back down here. Okay, all right. Not sure what kind of perk she's running today, to be honest, but it'd be what it'd be. We have every survivor is injured, so Make Your Choice is not going to give me a lot of value here, which is okay. Bro, she took a hit. She's not bleeding right now. There it goes. She wasn't leaving scratch marks. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. But let's get this M1 here real quick and go back over there. Of course, we're not going to pursue that one. Dwight, where'd you go? Well played, buddy. Well played. Girl, can you get off my gen? Merciless Storm's triggering effect over there as well, which is pretty solid. That's right. You thought I was going to respect that pallet. We'll go around. She's playing well, not gonna lie. Did you miss the pallet here or something? Alright, we're going to kick this gen here as well. Now again, I know every survivor here is injured, but at some point, you still have to stay in good practice of kicking gens to get your value with Dragon's Grip, you know what I mean? So I'd rather just play as if though I have Dragon's Grip off cooldown, give myself good incentive to kick it and remember to do so. Break this pallet as well. And And I believe she's over here laying underneath the pallet, if I had to guess. This might be super risky. Yep. I thought as much. That was a huge misplay, but I didn't think all 3 survivors would be chilling over here. Or at least 2 survivors would be chilling here. We're gonna chill. I wanted to see which way she and or her Dwight was going to go. So Dwight goes for the unhook, make your choice is active. Again, he is injured. And the thing about it is, if you don't heal up versus Spirit, you're already in for a, a heck of a game, to be fair with you. There has to be a point in the match where you guys break off from doing what you're doing to reset, to get a heal off. There has to be at some point. Because if you don't, versus a killer such as Spirit, like Nurse, any killer who is deemed very strong, is just gonna carry the game. That's just how it's gonna be. You still here? That's pretty good. Pretty good. There's another survivor in the building up here as well, working on this gen. He has a pallet around the wall, right? Yep. I'm gonna leave this area. Now, I'm going to assume that possibly was Dwight who got the unhook. I don't know. Yeah, it definitely had been Dwight. So with that being said, he's going to heal her up. Right? He's got to. Yep. Well played. And it was Dwight who got her off the hook. That's fine. So you can go down here as well. We'll hook this one up. You would have boil over. We got 4 hooks, no gens popped right now. We have a lot of pressure on the map. With our double exposes here, this actually makes them have to play a certain way of not healing. Which might be very different for a lot of survivors and or players to adapt to. But again, as Spirit, if you're gonna walk around trying to do gens while injured, all game, you're really just hurting yourself and your team. Because your grunts of pain are quite loud and it's very easy for me to track you once you're injured. But if you don't heal up, you also will go down due to exposure, which is pretty solid. But you have a better opportunity of doing what? Evading me while you're healthy. Evading me once you unhook somebody from Make Your Choice and or touch Dragon Trip. We're gonna go for Claudette here. We know that she is exposed. Yep. That sprint burst, I've had to activate the worst time there, to be fair. This might be a part where you mess up, especially me here. Chilling, hold on. There's the pallet. Okay. Let's break it. We should be able to follow her outside here. You're gonna go down, Missy. You already messed up. Come here. Alright, so we get that make your choice value as well. And they actually got a reset off, which is pretty good. And that's the thing. Sometimes you can lead yourself into situations where it takes you a little while to get your make your choice target, and survivors can reset off that, which can be fine, and it can be very, very viable for your build setup, because now you have exposure statuses on everybody with 1-hit downs when they touch a gen or go for an unhook, which is pretty good. So I feel like you will always get value with a setup like this. Although I still feel Dragon Script has its moments. Like here, he decided to touch the gen before he got the unhook, which seemed a little silly to me because he's gonna go down immediately. Well played. Well played. I tried so hard to smack that man. It's fine though. We should be able to get him here. Good try, Dwight. Good try. Now, to me, that seemed a little silly, just because the fact that why would you touch the gen before you go for the unhook, knowing that, I kicked it? If it's regressing, obviously I kicked the gen, right? I don't know, man. And this type of play, what he's doing right here, he's trying to protect her, which is fine, but he's also on death hook. So what are we going to do? We're going to get him out of the game. Come on now. And nobody but himself did this to himself. Let's be fair. All right, so Merciless Storm's over there on that gen. We'll apply Dragon Drip here just in case. The downside to it now is Dwight's out of the game. Which in hindsight's a good thing, right? 3 survivors left. but a lot of these gens have quite a bit of progress on them. And this map is rather large, so it's a little bit easy to kind of stealth around and, you know, do gens slowly over time. Especially when my power cannot traverse from point A to point B, considering how big this map is. So we have to be a little bit particular on which gens we're going to be patrolling. We know the one back there in the corner has a lot of progress. The one over here by Shack is also a safe gen to do. I'll probably be bouncing back from A and B here, which is a short distance, so it shouldn't be that difficult. They got the reset off. I'm assuming they were downstairs in the little basement area here healing up, which is cool. She's got her sprint burst, so I do remember that. I'm gonna chill here for a second. Let's go into the pallet. Nice. We're gonna break this pallet and break this chase immediately. We're gonna go back to the other gen. Yep. You guys make things a little bit predictable sometimes, don't you? And I decided to not phase over here just because I want to be able to see where she is or who the survivor is before I come over here at the end of the day. I felt like if I would have phased here and she would have left the gen, she could have just walked away with no scratch marks and I would not have been able to find where she went to. It's a possibility. And we know by watching her play this game so far, she likes to walk back through her scratches and double back, so that would have been terrible if I did that. Another injured survivor over here. Hey, Claudette. I respect it. They're not going to make this one. Nice. Let's go, boys. You guys made me work for this a little bit. Merciless Storm activates as well. Michaela's back here. Cool. Yeah, you thought I was going to hook her up, didn't you? We'll just injure her. It's fine. I'm not going to be able to get around this. So, what's your next choice? Don't let me guess it. We should be able to get her down here. You guys here? Nice. Well played, well played. Good job, guys. But overall, this build's pretty spicy. I'm not gonna lie. It's a lot of fun. It takes a little bit of getting used to because you gotta keep in mind you do have a little bit of cooldown here in between Make Your Choice and Dragon's Grip. So be mindful on when and where you kick gens and set up your targets on hooks. But other than that, it can be a lot of fun. Either way, we are gonna dive into game number 2. We'll be swapping out Merciless Storm for Jolt, so stay tuned for that. I'll see you guys in a split second. Let's go. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Diving into another game, coming at you guys with Jolt, Sloppy Butcher, Make Your Choice, and Dragon's Grip. I will tell you, I played quite a few games in between this one and our previous one, and I will let you know I found out a new tech with Spirit that we can get Dragon's Grip to work. And hopefully we can do it on this Claudette up here. We're going to do the stand still phase tech, in which I like to do a lot when I'm doing windows and pallets and all that sort of thing. Let's see if it'll work on gens here. If you guys don't know what I normally do is, generally speaking, on pallets like this, I'll stand on the other side of the pallet in hopes the survivor hops over it or leaves the area. No shot. No shot. Friends! You want to talk about it? Come here. Let's go, baby. 3 gens pop 2 as well with Jolt value. I've been doing this with this perk recently because I figured out that when you guys play loops and stuff with Spirit, survivors, doesn't matter how good you are at the game, it just doesn't matter. Every single survivor in the game will fall for this at some point during the match. They think you phase when you didn't phase. It happens. You guys see it happen on live, you guys see it happen on anybody else that plays Spirit, it happens. I've noticed doing this tech on gens with Dragon's Grip, I can also get value with it, which is pretty solid. Don't get me wrong. Once the survivor that you're playing against and or in solo queue and or the Swift or whatever, they catch on to, hey, Spirit has Dragon's Grip. They might try to adapt to it, but you have multiple survivors in which you can catch off guard with this perk, which is pretty fun. And if that doesn't work, you also have Make Your Choice. So you have double exposure statuses all the time, and if they don't heal up, they immediately go down. So I mean, it's a win-win, right? Kinda. But again, you gotta also keep in mind that you're playing with 2 perks. Nice. You're playing with 2 perks, such as Make Your Choice and Dragon's Grip, that have kind of a lengthy cooldown a little bit. But doing it this way, I've learned, is a lot more effective than traversing to that gen in which a survivor, you know, touches that you dragon script, considering they can hear when you phase, right? When you're on top of them, what have you. They hear the sound effects. So you have to be a little bit mindful of that. But other than that, I've noticed this works a lot of the time. Who's this over here? Meg? No, that's Claudette, right? I think that's Claudette. I figured she would actually go straight for the pallet, but she didn't. We're gonna go upstairs here. I know we have make your choice, guys. I get it. But the thing is, upstairs where Dwight's at, there's a lot of little hidey holes, such as lockers. There's a lot of pallets up here they can play on to stay safe from me. I know she's up here somewhere. We saw the scratch marks. But I can't stay on hook, right? That's not good. So we will be leaving the area. I do know she's here somewhere, though. She has to be. Yep. Cool. Who is it, though? Get out of my way. Friend. It is Claudette. Awesome. Dude, there's two pallets right next to each other in arm's length. Like, what? Come on now. The odds of this is crazy. Are you gonna get got? I'm trying to tell you. And thankfully, there should be a basement right below me here. And this puts her on stage 2 in the basement. If she goes that way. Darn. Oh, never mind. We're good. We should be able to put her in the basement here. Claudette! Keep playing these games, you're gonna win stupid prizes, girlie. I'm trying to tell you. Oh boy. Oh, you are so nice. Thank you. You're helping me out. Come here. Stage 2 as well, in the basement on the corner of the map with no gens. It's about to be wild. Remember, you brought this on yourself. Oh, Dwight. Welcome to the party, buddy. Hey, you better run. Chill. Nice. That was very stupid. Like, that was very, very stupid. Considering the fact that there was no way I was gonna get around that area and smack him from behind. I had no idea why he decided to hop that pallet. Hello. Like, that just seemed really dumb, didn't it? But it is what it is. What are you gonna do? Hold up. Where'd she go? We're gonna go back around here. Where did she get off to? Oh my god. Would you like to go to the basement too? Ladies and gentlemen, we're off on an adventure today. 2 survivors. 3 survivors, excuse me. Meg, you want to join? Goodness. We'll take those. All day, baby. All day. Alright, let's get up out of here. Who's over here? Oh, dude, she's actually trying to get off the hook here. Awesome. Thankfully, she doesn't have deliverance, so we might be pretty good. At least I hope not. I think it's a little too late. I hate this palette. Like, every fiber in me really dislikes this map, to be fair, but at the end of the day, this palette, Don't worry, Meg, we'll get you. We'll get you eventually, don't worry. That's why you got the unhook, which I don't care too much about. I can't really leave this area other than that. We have to go for Meg here. Should have her right here. Yeah, we got her here. Nope. Double jolt value as well. We're looking good. Alright, so I actually completed the gen on the outside, which will or should tell you that they are probably healing up at the end of the day. This would be the moment where they actually try to get that reset off, or they're healing. And that was a pretty quick gen, so maybe they ran from basement to here and just cranked it away. Flashlight. They call him Batman. But the Dwight's healed up. She's over here as well. Hiding behind the pallet. Hold on. Nice. Let's go, boys. So now we know Dwight will go for the unhook. She's dead on hook. And he's going to trigger make your choice. So this should be a good game. Unless he gets away from me here, but we'll see. It's in the back hallway here. No. No problem. We'll take this. So where do you go now, my guy? Okay. What did you learn? Alright, Meg, where you at? Wait a minute. When I smacked Meg earlier, I triggered the gen above me, so she had to go upstairs to touch the gen again. Otherwise, it wouldn't have triggered a second time, right? Maybe it would have. I think it would. Yeah, it would have. Never mind. That's fine. She came to me anyway. Alright, well played. But Dwight's over here. Where you going? Ooh, you're so good. I want to say I saw that coming, but it'd be what it be. Let's get her hooked up first. That one was for good measures, you know. I need to listen to see where Dwight was going to be. But overall, it was a pretty fun game, not gonna lie. I'm having a lot of fun with this build setup here. But at the end of the day, welcome to the home of Spirit. This has been Pawse Plays. Remember to smash that like button, make sure you subscribe for your content when it comes to Spirit. And I will catch you guys in the very next Dead by Daylight episode video. You know what I'm saying. Let's take a peek at these builds and see what these guys got going on. And I will see you guys in the next one. Stay safe out there. See y'all later.